Hi everyone, Tori here with TNT A Scrap Explosion, and today I have a quick tutorial for you. I want to show you how to scale up and scale down cut files or PNG files so that you can use them in your projects, and no matter what your project is, you'll be able to make it work for you. So there's a number of different reasons why you would want to scale up or scale down a project, and really, when it comes to PNG or cut files or printing cut files, the world is your oyster. You can kind of do whatever works for you. So in today's tutorial, I want to kind of show you how to do that. So maybe you want to scale down your project because you're making a mini book album, or perhaps you have a silhouette portrait instead of a silhouette cameo like me, so you need to scale it down so that it fits on the size of cutting mat that you have or on the size of paper that you have. And cameos can print and cut 12 by 12, where portraits like what I have can only do like 8 by 12 or 8.5 by 12. So you want to make sure that you're cutting it to the right cut file size, and a lot of those really gorgeous cut files are 12 by 12, but maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you're doing a mini book. Right now I'm working on a mini book album called XOXO, and it's a bunch of love letters to the people that I really care about, and it's 6 by 8. So I still want to use the awesome cut files, but I need to scale them down so they fit for my project. But maybe you even want to scale up a project, like there's an image that you want to be 12 by 12, or you like a certain part of the cut file and you want to expand it. So in today's quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to scale up and scale down your project to make it work just for you and for your project. So the first thing you need to do is open up the cut file that you want to use. So I've decided to use the arrow cut file, so I'm going to click open and find the arrow cut file that I want to use. There's two different cut files I'm going to use, and they're both from the Quilted Heart collection by TNT A Scrap Explosion, designed by Teresa and I. So I'm going to use this arrow cut file, and I'm just going to click it and open it in. You can either click open and like that, or you can drag and drop it. Now, when you open the file, it might be too large, so you might need to just grab the corner and shrink it down to the size paper that you have. So perhaps your paper is 12 by 12, maybe it's 8.5 by 11, or maybe you've even gone with a smaller size like 6 by 8. So get the cut file or the JPEG or the PNG, depending on what type of file you're using, and scale it on down so that it's the right size, and just basically shrink it until it fits on your page. So currently I have a 12 by 12 piece of paper there, but I don't have a silhouette cameo. I have a silhouette portrait. So under design page settings, you want to change the cutting mat to silhouette portrait or silhouette cameo, depending on what you have. So I'm going to go to design page settings and change it to silhouette portrait, which is 8.5 by 12 or 8 by 12. Then I'm going to change the width and the height of my paper. So at the top of the design page settings, you can change it to whatever you need to change it to. So normally I would change it to 8.5 by 11 because I like to cut on like regular printer paper or on cardstock that's 8.5 by 11, just because that's what works for me. But in today's project, I'm actually going to cut this cut file on 6 by 8. So as I mentioned, I'm doing a 6 by 8 project right now, a bunch of love letters to the different people and things that I really care about. So I need to scale it down to 6 by 8, so I want the width to be 6 and the height to be 8. So I've fixed that, and it's going to automatically change it so that the paper size is the correct size. You can see there I've got the 6 by 8 paper size, and now I can make my cut file fit on that page. And you can definitely change it to portrait or landscape depending on what type of orientation you want. I want it to be portrait because that means that the 6 inches will be wide and the 8 will be high. Then I'm going to take my cut file and just shrink it on down so it is the right size for my 6 by 8 page. So once you have the cut file, click it twice, and then just take the corner and scale it down to the right size for your project. So this is really easy, and I know this tutorial may seem like, Tori, why are you showing us something that's so easy? But I know that when I first started using the Silhouette design software, that I didn't really know how to do everything, and I wish somebody would show me like how to do basic things. So some of the tutorials that we're going to be doing on Wednesdays are going to be more in-depth tutorials, and some of them are going to be easy. So today's maybe an easy one. So once I have the cut file where I want it, I'm going to trace it. So I've select trace. I'm going to unclick high pass filter and then change the threshold so that all of my arrows and hearts are fully selected. And when I'm ready to do that, I can click trace. And you basically just want to keep changing the threshold till you have it where you want it. Click trace. Then you can remove the top image, click it, and delete it just by hitting the delete button on your keyboard. And there you go. I have this awesome cut file. And I've actually used this shrunken down or scaled down arrow cut file in a really cute 2-page spread in my mini book album. So if you want to see that, I'll leave a link for that project that I have up on my channel today in the blog post for this tutorial, so make sure you check that out. And I'll also leave some photos where you can see how I've kind of scaled it down and used it in my project. So really the options are endless. You can take any cut file and kind of scale it up or scale it down to make it work for your project. Well, I want to quickly just show you how you could maybe scale it up and give you some ideas that you might not have thought of. So obviously you can just click the image and grab the corner and scale it up or scale it down, but you can also kind of alter it too. So let's open up a new page. I've got a 12 by 12 page here that you could cut on your Silhouette Cameo if you say had one, which I'm jealous of. I'm going to open up my file, and this time I'm going to grab the quilted heart cut file, and this is for sale on the TNT website, which is scrapexplosion.com, and you can buy just that cut file or you can buy the collection, really whatever makes you happy. Also, there's tons of other cut files out there as well, and we're going to be sporadically giving out free cut files too, so you're going to want to make sure that you're signed up for our email list so that you'll get notified if we give away a free cut file. I think we're going to give away one free cut file a month, so make sure you're signed up for that. If you haven't signed up yet, on the bottom of the Scrap Explosion website there is a place where you can put your email in. So I've changed my page so that it's 12 by 12 and set my page height and width to 12 by 12. I have this heart cut file, or the quilted heart cut file, and I'm going to grab the corner and drag it up so it fits the whole entire page. And you can see that that cut file was designed for 12 by 12. But what if you kind of want to do your own thing? Let's say you don't want all those hearts, you just want, say, one heart. So I want to show you what you could do to even scale it up even more, to get even more out of your cut files. So the cut files are easy because you can kind of drag and drop them and then use them as they were intended. But if you want to get a little creative with it, you can do that too. So let's go to the trace window, select the trace area, drag the corner around the whole entire thing, unclick high pass filter, change the threshold so that all the hearts are fully filled in, click trace. Drag the top image off and delete it just by hitting the delete button on your keyboard. And here I have all those awesome hearts. Now let's say I want just one heart and I want to scale it up a lot. What you're going to do is select object and click release compound path. So that way I'm making so they're all their own individual objects. And then I'm going to select all the hearts that I don't want and just click delete. And so this is such a cool feature. If you didn't know about it, what you can do is, if you have a really intricate cut file and there's parts of it you don't want, release the compound path and then just delete the objects that you don't want. So here I just want one of those geometric hearts. So once I have that one heart, I can click it and then I can expand it. So maybe I want it to go across the whole page. And now you have this really cool design idea where you could maybe have one giant heart on the whole entire page. And you've taken that one cut file and taken it to a whole other place. So really the sky's the limit and you can kind of make whatever you really want, which is super cool when you scale up or scale down a project. And even those more intricate cut files, like the arrow cut file that I scaled down earlier, you could even take one single arrow or a couple of the arrows from that cut file and scale them up huge and make like a whole other design idea. And I want to kind of show you how you could do that. So I have this image, I've already traced it and cut it. I'm going to go up to Object, and I'm going to click Release Compound Path, so that way all of the arrows and images are their own separate item. I'm going to delete all the arrows that I don't want, and I just want that one arrow with a heart in it. So I'm going to delete all of the objects that I don't want, so I just have that one single heart arrow. And you just click and click Delete on your keyboard. You want to select the whole object and create a compound path. That way if there's little images inside, they don't separate. And I've got that arrow. I'm going to change the paper size. So let's say I do want to do 8.5 by 11 now. So I'm just going up to Design Page Settings, and I've changed the paper size. And now I have this super awesome heart, and I want to scale it up. And again, just click the object, grab the little square in the corner, and drag it to the size that you want. And here you have this super cute heart arrow that's like way bigger than what the original design was, but you can kind of make your own design. And because you guys are super awesome creative, you can do whatever you'd like. And you could even take that giant scaled up heart arrow and copy it. If you're on a Mac, it's Command C, and then paste it, Command V, and just have like a whole bunch of arrows on a page. So you kind of get more life out of those super awesome cut files. So really, the sky's the limit. You can scale up, scale down, you can alter those cut files and print and cut files and PNG files to make it work for you. Anyways, that's it for me today. I know it was a super simple tutorial on how to scale up and scale down. I hope that you learned something. I also hope that you'll go check out the really awesome 2-page layout that I made with that scaled down arrow cut file. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm always happy to answer them. Thank you so much for joining Teresa and I here at TNT, A Scrap Explosion. And we hope that you'll check out the Quilted Heart collection and check out all the different cut files we have, and don't forget to sign up for our email list so that you can be notified when a new collection comes out or when we give away a free cut file once a month. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a really lovely day. Bye!